A glance at the thousand-year world. Xiefeng. Mount Butterfly in the Lotus Mountains is breezy and shrouded in mist with wind that soughs through the pines. Flowers spread across the mountainside and vie with each other for glamour. Down to the foot of the mountain, orchards and fields grow aromatic fruits where a clear stream meanders through Cuckoo Valley, past Grace River, and finally joins Ripple Lake. 39 celestials, 22 females, 15 males, and 2 children, reside under Mount Butterfly. Not far away, Sakura Island is inhabited by another group of celestials. Crossing over Fragrant Hill and walking along Sesame Slope for about 30 miles, Lush Highland will be found, home to more than 200 celestials. Approximately 300 celestials in total live in these 3 places within 200 miles of each other. Today, after Jade woke up, she dressed in a light blue skirt made of transparent silk and walked out of her house. High in the azure, birds soared over the clouds and silver waterfalls fell from the green of Mount Butterfly in a symphony of nature. In the forecourt, flowers were in bloom, the fullest of which were peach blossoms. Their pink petals were arranged in layers, 18 beige stamens stretched out from the center where bees searched for nectar. Along the stone path and through several rockeries, Jade came to the mulberry garden while holding a willow basket. She was surrounded immediately by a huang and lotus. "You must have enjoyed a good sleep last night. Was your lover good?" The two joked and chuckled. Jade tried to catch a huang in mock irritation, but the two ran away, so she chased after them. The 3 fairies chased one another while laughing in the garden until Jade caught Lotus and gently pinched on her peachy cheeks. They pinched each other's bodies in fun. A huang kissed Jade's cheek in chaos and asked naughtily, "Is this how your lover kissed you?" The kissed one held a huang in her arms and answered with more kisses on her red lips, "That's it." Having played enough, they began plucking mulberry leaves and returned when the basket was full. Jade was growing silkworms in 3 bamboo baskets of 3 square meters each, with each accommodating about 1,000 silkworms. She distributed mulberry leaves evenly into them. When silkworms climbed up onto the leaves, she would shake the baskets gently, silkworm excrement would leak through the basket bottom, and she would sweep it into a fine wicker dustpan and bury it at the roots of the flowers. Jade was about to rest after feeding her silkworms when she heard someone trotting over. It was the lovely little 6-year-old, Long. He had inherited fine features from his mother, Ray. He gasped, "Aunt, Mom said the melons are ripe, come and have a taste." Jade replied, "I'll go there, shall we go together," and took Long's tiny hand. They left the courtyard. As they stepped across a bridge over a stream, Long asked, "Aunt, grasses are green by the river beneath the bridge, flowers are blossoming in spring, all beings are as sentient as my beauty, though the world is created in holographic order." "What does sentience mean?" Jade said, "It means that the river, flowers, stars, breeze, melons, birds, and everything else can feel, like your mom and me." "Who taught you the lines?" "Uncle Mock. He and Uncle Bennett teach me a lot. Do you want me to recite some?" Long began reciting verses immediately. Boundless and infinite. Without distance or space. Only the holographic order. An inspiration seized by heart. The world is so clear to be understood. Walking and chatting, Jade and Long came to a forest of lush bamboos and fresh shoots. The rustling of bamboos and songs of yellow warblers echoed deeply. It seemed that the forest was little known to the outside world and only the sound of nature could be heard. Out of bamboo forest, a vast plain extended before their eyes where distant hills dissolved into mist. The breeze was gentle and the sun was warm. On verdant plain, spotted deer strolled and swans fluttered. Heading toward the direction of flute music and dancing where the melon fields laid, Jade paced up with Long. They had nearly arrived when Ray shouted, "Jade, hurry up. Today is the Melon Festival, let's celebrate it." Ray had actually gathered everyone. In addition to 39 fairies from Mount Butterfly, they had 6 guests from Sakura Island, and Meta and Kin from Lush Highland. In the field, Ling, Sang, Bar, Moy, Chiron, and Hai were picking melons. They were yellow and green in color, round and plump in shape, and very inviting. While Meta from Lush Highland was dancing and guests were all drawn to her tantalizing moves with her well-curved shape and the flutter of her orange dress, Kin was singing aloud to Meta's dance, ripe fruits and melons await their harvest, mulberry leaves wait for picking, and Meta in the melon field waits for love. The truth is that Meta was an estrus and she glowed with youth. Every natural move of her dance was sensual and captivating. Her thick dark hair, touching eyes, and pink face were perfectly appealing. After the music, everyone ate the sweet and crispy melons. Then Ray announced, "Today is special. Everyone, stop building bridges, paving roads, collecting honey, trimming orchards, and making clothes. These melons have been grown for 3 years since I planted the seeds from Peach Village of Birdsong Mountain. Enjoy them. The melons will induce your saliva and refresh you, and their pleasant impression can last for 10 days. In addition, Meta from Lush Highland is looking for her love. Gentlemen, show your best." Ray's words drew great applause. Girls circled and started the mulberry leaf picking dance while boys performed the bridge dance from within their circle. Kin was at the center of the circle and he lifted Meta up to sit on his shoulders. The beautiful seeker of love allowed her soft dress to cover Kin's head and Kin spun around, holding her calves so that she could choose a lover from the crowd. Boys came to court Meta assiduously and implied their strength and tricks by dancing. Standing by the scene, 3 celestials accompanied the dancers with flutes, pine, river, and cloud. They were about 800 years old and the dancing continued until their music ceased. The next game was composing verses. Whoever's verses expressed Meta's feelings best would be the one that she would have. Meta started the game with her verses. Waves run high in the vast lake. Twin peaks rise above the earth. Seeds sprout in a dense forest. But a duet still lacks the other instrument. Sang from Mount Butterfly composed. Sang river flows silently all year long. Snow melts on the high hill. Swans visit the ravine. I play music to build the rainbow bridge. Rice from Sakura Island sang. Rosy clouds appear over the hill. Where an exotic flower is up high. Clouds soar with strong wind in the sky. Thundering and lightning dance to climax. Becky from Mount Butterfly said. 1,000-year golden fir is in bud. A fountain in peace is to flow. The surge will reach the depth of the sea. The temple of gods is splendid as a flower. Chiswa from Mount Butterfly stepped forward, he bowed and sang. I row with a paddle across Double Peak Valley. Get wet passing the jungles. Rising hills and streams appear. I find my way back and forth and reach heaven. Raisin from Sakura Island smilingly sang in an unhurried manner. Endless springtime. The plum has blossomed for times to sing merrily and dance gracefully. Even the leafless ironwood can turn the world upside down with its charm. All the guests from Mount Butterfly and Sakura Island, excepting Pine and River, finished their turns. Meta had been limp and soft as a noodle, no one knew who she chose. Ray came to the scene. Ray was more than 600 years old. She was considerate, sophisticated, and respected. She smiled and said, Jade, take Meta to your room to rest. Everyone else, come to Entertainment Garden. Pine will lecture, then we will guess riddles, play hide-and-seek and tell stories. Everyone headed toward Entertainment Garden delightedly. Ray spoke privately with Sang, Becky, Chiron, Chiswa, and Baong respectively, and then left along with other celestials. Here come 2 flowers, let's go to the first one, Entertainment Garden. Entertainment Garden had been built up for more than 30,000 years. It has a square in the center, surrounded by 300 stone benches arranged in circles and covered with soft mats. Tree bonsai, rock bonsai, and flower bonsai are placed between them. Around the square is the clear, blue ring lake. Within the lake, grotesque coral reef-like rockeries are embedded with emeralds and mosses. There are also reeds, evergreens, calla lilies, egg bamboo leaves, wandering Jews, aloe, sea onions, hibiscus palms, lotuses, gem flowers, bamboo begonias, scarlet kaffir lilies, variable leaf wood, chamomile, fairy pens, and other plants and flowers. All kinds of small fish shuttle in the lake and above them, mandarin ducks, red-crowned cranes, spotted ducks, gulls, kingfishers, egrets, herons, white-tailed sea carvings, and larks swim or fly. On the periphery of Ring Lake is a flagged path beside a garden where thyme, globe amaranths, yulan, bauhinias, forsythias, rhododendrons, pomegranates, banana scrubs, gardenias, jasmines, hibiscus mutabilis, camellia, cymbidium, hyacinth, tulips, violets, vinca, peonia, tuberose, marigold, peonies, and roses are blooming. Outside the garden, hundreds of rockeries with exquisite layouts, upon which creepers, ivy, and night willow herbs are coiled. It's a fun place to play hide-and-seek. Pine sat upright in the center of the square, his hair was white, but he was in good health with sharp ears and eyes. Male and female celestials sat on stone benches, casually listening to Pine talk about Tao. The universe is boundless while life is evergreen. Modesty and gratitude will perpetuate the water source of life. Follow your heart and gain a tacit understanding. Experience both the ego-absent realm and the ego-involved realm. One should empty their mind before entering the higher-level space. Act in accordance with your nature. Never admire luxury or possess even a needle. Seize the day and always remain vigilant. Mortals suffer a lot because of their possessions. We celestials must never act like them. The 10,000-year world is close at hand. Concentrate on self-cultivation, never ruin your future.